Chicalim Bio-Crusaders have supported suspending of the Outline Development Plan. Chicalim Bio-Crusaders point to major illegalities in the Vasco ODP 2030. Chicalim Bio-Crusaders demand rewriting the entire ODP. Central government property has been shown as residential area. Kazan has been shown as industrial area. Bio-Crusaders said and brought this to the notice of the TCP minister when they met him. Kazans have also been made into residential areas, they pointed out.
You cannot have C1 zones. Very, as per this regulation is very clear that C1 zones cannot be. C1 zones are only to be in central business district. That means in municipal area. Municipal area. Now, if you go to see, everywhere on the plan there are C1 zones. Even if you look behind me here, where you can see that jungle cut. That is all a C1 zone. Ground plus 7 buildings will come up there by destroying all this forest. Plus, it's a no development slope. It's a steep slope. So, like this, such things cannot come up here. It is not possible because it's a violation of the regulation itself. These are the regulations. This extract is from here. So, it is not what I am saying. It is the government who is saying. So, by violating all these regulations, this MPDA has notified this plan 2030, ODP 2030, which is totally illegal. Hence, we find that the decision of the minister to relook into this ODP 2030 and if necessary, rewrite the entire ODP is in the right direction. And we really support his. He also proposed that this is a Kazan zone. It is under CRZ regulations. You cannot have it as a Kazan zone. It should be withdrawn. That too was not taken care of. Then there are so many no development slopes which are there, which the slope is more than 25%, which is not permissible in the regulations to have any development. So even in those those zones, they have given settlement zones. So in spite of the member secretary, who is the only technical person on the board, giving this his opinion and his directions, the board has totally rejected and bulldozed his opinion and done whatever they want.
आणि आमी हो डिमांड घेवन गेल्ले की वास्कोचो ODP जो टोटली इल्लिगल आहा तो तांणी ताबडतोब स्क्रॅप करचो म्हूण आमी ताका एक मेमोरंडम बी दिल्लो त्या दिसाक आनी इन डिटेल आमी सगळी एक्सप्लेन केल्ली आहा ह्या मेमोरंडमान सगळी लिस्ट आउट करून की कितें कितें इल्लिगॅलिटीज ह्या ऑथॉरिटीन आमच्या ह्या ODPन केल्ले आहा त्यो आनी आमी ऑब्जेक्शन हाडूनय बी तेणी आमचें आयकून घेवंक ना पूण ओवररूल केलें आमी एक पावर पॉयंट प्रेजेंटेशन बी दिलें ताका त्या दिसाक आनी कंप्लिटली आख्खोय ODP हो दाखयलो आनी ह्या ODPन जे इल्लिगॅलिटीज आमी ताका हांगा सगळे एक्सप्लेन केल्ले जशें तुमकां दिसतलें एक सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंटान जमीन एक्वायर केल्ली आहा ती PDN थिंगा रेजिडेंशियल म्हूण केल्या चिखलेंत आमच्या एक खजान आहा तें काजान तेणी इंडस्ट्रियल म्हूण केलां सो दुसरें म्हणल्यार आमची पळय इकोसिस्टम काजनाचेर आहा ते टोटली तेणी रेजिडेंशियल केल्या.
Senior architect Tulio D'Souza has said in principle suspending the ODPs looks good, but the more important questions are how do we go ahead? What are the ground rules for reviewing? On what basis will area which are zoned be discarded or new areas added? We cannot pass the same projects.
But I am worried is how do we go ahead with this current ODP that has been suspended? Because ultimately in 60 days time, which is the period during which the ODP has been kept suspended, the ODP will come back. So what is the ground rules that have been placed or put in place for reviewing this ODP? Because it should not be that you come back and the ODP is back to square one. First, we need to set some ground rules in place. On what basis either some areas which have been zoned in a current ODP will be discarded, deleted, or new areas will be added. What are the ground rules? What are the basic, the data that has been put in place, or the data that has been collected while doing the basic land use under the section 26 of the Town Planning Act.